The night in Paris was already unforgettable, but what happened after the main event left the entire WWE universe in shock. Roman Reigns had just gone through a brutal war against Big Bronson Reed. Roman was on the verge of collapse when his cousin, Jey Uso, stormed down the aisle. The crowd erupted with cheers as Jey pulled Roman out of danger, saving the tribal chief from further punishment. For a moment, it felt like family stood strong again. The bloodline, battered but united. But that moment of hope was quickly shattered by the arrival of Bron Breakker. With a cold and furious expression, Breakker marched to the ring, his eyes locked on Jey Uso. The fans immediately started booing, sensing the danger. Jey, still trying to help Roman to his feet, barely had time to react before Breakker exploded with a devastating spear that nearly cut Jey in half. The impact was so violent that Roman collapsed back to the mat, helpless to intervene. Breakker wasn't done. He grabbed Jey by the hair and slammed him face-first into the steel steps outside the ring. The sickening sound echoed through the arena as Paris fans gasped in horror. Jey clutched his face in agony, but Breakker showed no mercy. He hoisted Jey onto his shoulders and drove him spine-first into the barricade, leaving him crumpled at ringside. Roman tried to crawl toward his cousin, but Breakker pounced again, launching Jey into the ring post with unbelievable force. The commentators shouted that this was no longer an attack, it was a calculated destruction. Breakker slid Jey back into the ring and delivered a second spear, this one even more brutal than the first. Jey's body folded, motionless on the mat, as Breakker stood over him. Roman, still down, could only watch as his cousin was dismantled in front of him. The cameras zoomed in on Breakker's face, pure rage and intensity, as he yelled over Jey's broken body, *, you want to save him? Then you'll suffer with him. *. Officials and referees stormed the ring, trying to pull Breakker away, but he shoved them all aside and hit one final power slam that shook the canvas. Paris was stunned. The USO chants had died down, replaced by silence and disbelief. As Breakker finally left the ring, EMTs rushed in to check on Jey Uso. Roman, holding his ribs, reached out to his cousin, but the damage had already been done. At Clash of Paris, Jey Uso tried to stand by Roman Reigns. But Bron Breakker made sure the world knew, anyone who stands with the tribal chief will be destroyed.